Stephen, 10069. Welcome to the show, Stephen. Donald Curtis, welcome to Encounters. And this is the late night spiritual UFO talk show. We're on a little bit early tonight. I said between 10 and 11. It's about 10:38 on the East Coast. Welcome, everybody, to the number one spiritual UFO talk show, busting the matrix of every belief system out there on planet Earth. I am CmdrAleon. I am a contactee. I'm the host of the show. I'm a former talk show host on NPR Pacifica Radio, WESU-FM. And I also am formerly the host of the Intergalactic TV Network back in the early 90s, 80s, 90s, whatever, somewhere in that area. And former writer for Sedona Journal of Emergence. And be out in South Dakota in June, speaking at the Star Knowledge Conference in early June. And you can find out more about the Star Knowledge Conference 2026 by Googling it. And I'll be speaking out there about the bridge between worlds. So that's going to be happening coming up in June. And tonight we had a great show last night. The show from last night is still downloading. My show from last night was an incredibly beautiful show. We're going to have that on YouTube. If you don't have the link to my YouTube, go to my bio on my main page here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also like and follow and like. Tonight we got a new. You got to notice I was on good. I got Dell's lemonade tonight. I got 2 bottles of it for $3.99 a bottle at the market. So I got my lemonade going here tonight. Judy, good to see you. Hey, Jersey for Life, good to see you. We don't really get into that kind of stuff. We're more concerned with my cat's making her noises. She's a little bit noisy tonight. But, we're not too concerned with the economy of our country or anything like that. We're more interested in enlightening people about the contact, about the space people. And my cat's doing her thing. She'll calm down in a little bit. She's going a little bit nutty right now. She's making weird sounds, which she does when she goes nutty. Yeah, she's talking. She's talking, Jersey. She does this every once in a while. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Raymond, everybody out there. And Marty Frost, welcome. All the people coming in. Brandy. We're going to have a great show tonight. We never know what's going to happen on Encounters. So I'm attuned to Missy's cat energy right now, and then she'll calm down. She'll probably fall asleep somewhere. Child of God, welcome to the program. Walls to Walls, welcome to the program. Dennis Jackson, welcome. All the good people. Genius 333, welcome. GRVS, welcome to Encounters. Christopher Bruce. Anthony C. All the good people out there. Kim, going. Good to see you, Kim. Bubba Noisy, thank you for the follow. Hey, Debbie. Nina, hey, Nina. Homebody 3. I think KRAM, welcome, KRAM. Kendrin, I think it is. Jerry Taylor. Oh, boy. Thank you for the heart, Appalachian Mojo. Captain DeRue, thank you for the share. Okay, so everything's going to be nice here tonight. Let's keep the energies high. Let's keep it positive. Always. Let's let go of things from yesterday and let things just be positive tonight. That's the only way to be. That's what my parents would teach me to teach people, is to just let go. It's not that important when there's wars all over the world. And oh, my cat, yeah, she was. My cat woke my better half up. Now, I think the cat is either in the bedroom or she's out of the bedroom. I don't know where she is right now. Hopefully, she's calming down. But it's good to see everybody here around the planet. I'm also with the Ashtar Command. I work in direct contact with my space family, and I communicate with them pretty regularly. The cat said hi. In her own way, she did. She was like in a whole nother room. I think she was in the kitchen. Shell Bell, welcome to the program. S202, Jerome 44. Tisha, welcome Tisha. Pitbull 69. Interesting names here. Thank you for sharing with 5 friends, Rachel. I appreciate that. If you're new to the show, you've gone to the right place. Liddell, good to have you with us. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show for 5 years straight on TikTok. I stay very focused. I don't care what's happening on TikTok too much. I just stay focused on doing what I do here, which is the mission work and the talk show. Saturday night, we're going to be doing a really interesting show on Ashtar Command Communicates about the North Atlantic corridor and the entrances into the inner Earth from the North Atlantic corridor, which do exist. And it's going to be a great show Saturday. We got through Thursday evening here. Friday's almost upon us. Bird in flight, good to see you. Jersey for life, thank you. That's an opening to another dimension when I look at that. So the doorway is open. The windows to cosmic elevation are open. Chica loves somebody. James Benson, welcome to the show. Tito Dave or something. Alan Neff. Nice guy, welcome. Yeshua. Welcome, Yeshua. Randy. I want to say that chat about the portal was pretty cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I have no idea, nor do I even focus on Mark Zuckerberg being a reptilian. There's much bigger pictures to open up on the cosmic scale than one person. We don't really ever focus on one human being. We're focused on the whole planet. The elevation of frequency and I probably astral travel, or what I call going to Merkaba state. A lot of times when I go to sleep, I just don't remember it. And I usually go off planet when I go to sleep. But I don't remember a lot of it, but that's okay because I remember the stuff I remember is what my mission is here and what I'm here to do. That's more important than me remembering. Although my parents will say they see me on the ship, off planet, they see me, even though I don't remember. Someday I will. I'll start to have visual memories. Some people here have better visual memories than I do, but I'm not too concerned with it. 727 Noah, they actually live amongst us. There's various races of ETs that live amongst us. The ones that are more human walk amongst us. They look different. They'll look. Their energy frequencies will be different than, say, a regular human that walks down the street in a city somewhere, whether it be Paris or Stockholm or wherever it might be. You'll know their energy by the way they come by you. Yeah, I came on early tonight. You'll tell by their energy. When you walk by somebody that is not from this planet, look at their eyes first and slowly feel the energy of what their face looks like. Their faces will look like an sort of an olive complexion, and their eyes will radiate a different energy than most human eyes, and that's how you'll know, pretty much. That's the best way. Well, they've been here for billions of years. They were here before you and I were here. They actually have lived here for billions of years. Yeah, you can feel their energy, right? Jersey's correct. If you take the time to just feel and not think about it, it's thinking about it that doesn't get anywhere. So for me, I feel energy. One of my missions here is I can read energy, I can feel energy, and I've been always that way. So if I see a space being walking with jeans on and a t-shirt, I can feel the energy. So we're going to bring some people up. You got to be over 18. No kids on the show, no vaping, no smoking, no cursing, no paranormal discussion, no religion, no politics, no negative people, no bots, all that stuff. So I do random things like bring people up. We'll see if we can bring Brandy up on the show. And let's see if Brandy will come up on the show. That she has some good questions. Don't be shy, folks. This is a talk show, so we love to have new people come up here. Your questions are valid ones, and I can answer most of them. I am a person that had experience with positive ET communications. Like I said, I'm a former writer for Sedona Journal, and also had done the Cosmic Eye radio show for about 22 years on NPR radio. So, but I'm a contactee too. So I got a lot of multiple cosmic hats here. Let me see if I can get Brandy to come up. Let's see. Go back to Brandy here. I see her on my. We will try again to press the guest button. Brandy, if you get me pressing the guest button, just press the accept button on your end, and we'll bring you on up on the show. Brandy's question was, why are they here, and what is their purpose? And I can still answer that question. Let's see if Brandy comes up. There should be a request button on your TikTok. All TikToks have it. It's somewhere there. And all you have to do is just press request. And we're going to bring her up on the show. And if you want to come up on camera, I can teach people how to do that. All you have to do is press your camera, the icon for the camera, and it will turn your camera on. There's an area where the camera is. You press that and unlock the camera, and just press OK on it or something, and it just unlocks the camera. Brandy, welcome to the program.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so curious.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And if you're new, welcome to Encounters. We've been on here for 5 years, and we always welcome a lot of folks here from who find us. I'm glad you found us. So let's have a
Yes.
discussion. Tell us a little about yourself and what your experience is with the subject.
Well, I'm a retired nurse, and I was in a coma for about 5 to 7 days, and I saw several things in my coma. But I'm really curious, why are they here? What is their purpose? What is their plan?
Yes, so there's three different questions. I can answer every one of them. So the reason they're here is because they've been here for billions of years. So in our current
Right?
history, we only know of our human current history of who we are, but they've been here for billions and billions of years. They've come and gone. There have been downfalls of different galactic civilizations over billions of years. And then there's also been upswings where civilizations that were very advanced and peaceful had lived on the planet. So there's a lot of
Uh-huh.
ancient galactic history on Earth. Now, why are they here now? Well, they're coming back now. They're actually not just coming back. Let me explain. Excuse me. That there are peaceful beings that are in our seas and our oceans. There are space cities in our oceans around the world. There are entrances into the inner Earth. There are advanced civilizations in Antarctica. In the Himalayan mountains, there's entrances into the inner Earth where there are very advanced civilizations. So not only are there advanced civilizations, folks, that live here and have lived here for billions of years, but there are also intergalactic space civilizations that are coming to Earth from beyond our planet. And more of them are coming. People are having visitations with them. Some people, I've interviewed people that have. And the reason why they're here is because soon we're going to have direct contact. They're here to eventually bring us into a planetary system of peace. And we are
Uh,
the ones so we're going to be joining many other planets in a very high vibrational frequency.
like what planets? What, I mean,
It's not so much a planet, it's a frequency.
oh,
So they operate in what they call a cosmic Christed frequency, the space people of light. And what we're going to be doing is, even though it doesn't feel like it because our planet's all kind of messed up right now in some ways, we are going to get past that. And then once we get past that, we're going to be elevated into a place where our planet's going to be living in peace and harmony, just as other planetary systems do, where Christed space beings live. They have families. Many of the beings are, some of them are physical, some of them are not physical, some of them translucent, some of them are plasma beings or what we call light beings. So there's a lot of variations of these frequencies in terms of their vibrational patterns. They are simply in a much higher state of consciousness.
Well, I feel sometimes like I'm a star child, and
Oh, you're a
you know,
star
I
child,
can
yes.
connect. Yeah, and so I'm just really curious, about all of it. Will they give us knowledge like they have?
Well, we have knowledge, but we have to wake up and remember that we're not just people with a brain, but we do have knowledge. It's just that we don't remember the knowledge. So this is a
Uh,
time of remembering. So one of my goals here on Encounters is not just interviewing about spaceship sightings and the contactees and all that. I'm also a teacher, and I've got a great deal of knowledge regarding the space people that are good. And I want to kind of make sure people understand what's happening. So meditation is a way to connect with your inner understanding. I don't know if you meditate, but meditation is a great way to tune in to those higher levels.
mm,
You do any
uh,
meditation?
no, sir. No.
Okay, can I suggest maybe, and again, this is really important, if you want to get in touch with your higher self first, that's the first thing. Everyone has a higher self. So if you get in touch with your higher self, you do breathing exercises. So one of the exercises I teach people is to breathe in. And when you breathe
Uh,
in 3 or 4 times, breathe out of your nostril. Find a relaxing place in your home that's not, stretching, stressing you out. And when you
yeah.
get into that space, then what you want to do is use higher dimensional meditation music. There's tons of it out there. You can get it on your Alexa app, or you can get it on YouTube. YouTube
Uh,
has a lot of it. And then you spend 30 minutes, maybe in the morning, just let yourself turn everything off, turn your TV off, everything around you off. Find that space and just say, I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed space family. So what you're doing is
okay.
within yourself, you're saying that in your consciousness, that puts the energy out into the universe, but specifically to higher frequency beings of light. You want to be very specific. When I teach this, you don't just say, oh, I want to just contact anybody out there. You want to make sure you're disciplined in saying, I wish to connect with my Christed cosmic spiritual space family in any way you want to put those wordings. And that is going to be with your eyes closed like this. And as you do the meditation, it'll take time to get there, but you will.
Okay.
Does that
Great.
Do you
Thank you.
understand what I'm saying? Can you do that?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I'm here
I'm
to help
very
everybody.
interested.
Yeah, no, I'm here
Yeah.
to help everybody. It's really important,
Yes, sir.
especially now.
Well,
I
thank
mean,
you. Yeah, because, things are just really, really going fast and really, you know, it's
one,
just
yeah,
everything's
one of
going
the
crazy.
it is crazy. One of the things my father, my space father, told me the other day, it's not for me to worry about the whole world. My mission is to wake up humanity, and my mission is to help you focus on higher vibrational frequencies. And if I can touch every heart and soul in the world to do that and not focus on all the stuff that is negative, you'll be in a state of consciousness where we are aware of those things that are on this planet. We don't want these things, these wars, these things to occur, but we have to work on our vibrational patterns. We have to take care of our
Mm.
vibrational patterns and not, because if we don't take care of ourselves, there's no way we can have a planet of peace unless we are the ones that elevate our frequencies.
So I
You know
have
what
a
I'm saying?
question.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So how did they interact with God and
How
Jesus?
did what we got? I'm sorry.
How did they interact with God and Jesus?
Well, on Earth, we have a perception of God that's pretty much distorted. God does not
Uh,
belong to any one religion. God is actually the source, the creator of all multidimensional realities. On Earth, we use God in our own definition, which is unrelated to the universal understanding of planet of who God is. In terms of Jesus, he is a space being and he is a Christed being, but his name was never Christ. They called him Jesus Christ, but he really was a Christed being of light
right.
that came as a light worker. He's
Right.
off planet right now. He's on a spaceship.
Uh,
Yeah, he's on a
wow.
spaceship.
Okay.
So when I say he's on a spaceship, I'm not making up a story for people. He is absolutely off planet on a spaceship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So is he coming? with the aliens,
Well, there aren't any
or is he
aliens. That's a
not?
pop culture thing. But he is with the star people. He is with the councils of light. He is with.
Right, right.
So he's with. He oversees all the councils of the galactic councils throughout the multiverse. He is the overseer of that.
Uh-huh.
So he's busy
Wonderful.
off planet doing a lot of stuff right now. Um,
Okay.
but on Earth, people's perception of who he is distorted because of religions on the planet. So once we do
Right.
away with religions on Earth, the only religion one would have is the religion of love and light. And that's not even a religion. That's just love and light. And if people
Exactly.
on Earth, if people on Earth live in that love and light, it will make all the difference right now in the world because we are going into a different energy. Our planet's going into a completely different energy, and people
Yes,
have to be aware of that too.
I
You know?
feel it. I feel the different energy that the world's
Yeah.
going into. I really do.
My
So,
parents on the ship tell me the other day they know that I feel for everybody on the planet, but the focus is to individually wake up people. And on my show here to help people understand that they need to stay focused on inner and elevated light. Elevated light is the light that's really in you that has to be activated within you. And if
right.
you allow yourself to be elevated, that will make all the difference in the world. So we
Wonderful.
live on the planet, right? You're retired, I'm working. I deal with earth-based energies. I can balance my energy between earth-based energies, and then I also go into my space consciousness where I am balanced and communicate with my space family every day. So I'm doing both. I balance. It's like, I just balance the ball, one ball to the other ball, and everything's balanced.
Yeah. All right. Get it. Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much. I really appreciate. I've learned a lot in this little bit of time. So
And
I'm
it's
gonna
good,
try to meditate.
and everything takes time. Just start with the meditation. There's no rush. There's no rush to the end of the road.
Yeah.
Because the road never ends. The road is endless. The elevation of light is endless. The elevation of dimensions is endless. There's no ending to
Hmm.
anything. There's only the elevation of who you are. And I thank you for coming up here.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good
Okay,
night.
Brandy, I'm friends with you now. I
All
friended
right.
you as a friend, and I thank you for being here too.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, everybody. I want to thank Brandy for coming up as our first guest. And you're watching Encounters. So what I do in meditation, this is something that everybody should do. That means everybody out there around the world watching Encounters. One of the most important things you can do is find a good space, a quiet space. If you're in your home, a log cabin, wherever you are, a condo, have a space in your house that's yours. Have a space, hey JC, a space that's yours. Hey, Melissa, space that's yours where you can sit down quietly and meditate. Also, I recommend if you have any good crystal shops that are real good crystal shops, get an amethyst, a selenite, and Lemurian crystals for the room and put them in the room with you if you can. And also make sure your room is at a light color, no darkness, no dark colors, light colors. Uh, Light colors hold frequency. You want to be, if you have a room that has darkness in it, repaint it. Take the old darkness out of there and repaint the room. Make it into your meditation space. Clear out all the energy and live. And what you want to do is basically say, I am a cosmic Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family. When you say that, and this goes for everybody out there, that is your mantra to be disciplined and repeating it over and over again as a mantra, like you say you or om over and over again. This is the mantra in a sentence saying, I am a cosmic Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family. That's simple. Obsidian, yes, echo, that's true. Yeah, do this before, and like I said, like is in contact with her space family. You can do it before bed. You can do it in the morning if you're not in a rush to go to work, but definitely do it at night. Definitely do it at night. That's going to make quite a difference. The crystals are going to be amethyst. An amethyst, if you get a small amethyst cathedral somewhere, a little cathedral amethyst is good. Selenite, slabs of selenite, also Lemurian crystals. And I would also say there's another crystal here that I have. And this crystal here is from off planet. This is, I forgot the name of it already. I can't believe it. But this here is, if you go in a good crystal shop, this is an off planet crystal. And I forgot the name of it. But this is an off planet crystal. This was an interesting crystal. I got this a couple months ago. And you can see this crystal is not your normal off-planet crystal. This came from a meteor. This was the meteor, or what it was. Selenite. I think it's selenite. I think it's man, it's getting me. I know a lot about crystals, and I can't remember this one. Maybe some of you have something like this. You want to use higher dimensional music. I would recommend ambient meditation music. My friend Eddie, I don't know where he is right now, but I just had I can move the finger. I'll take this off for now. I've been wearing this on and off, but I do have the ability to move my finger. Star knowledge. He'll come on. He might be doing some stuff out there in South Dakota right now, but he comes on when he can. He's also busy. And but you want to say and write this down if for people that really want to connect with their star family, the most disciplined way to do that is I am a cosmic Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family. And that's basically it. I don't know. If he can come in, he's not on with me every night. He comes on when he can. He might come on later. You never know. But I'm glad you came on last night. We were happy to have you on with us. Your kitty, thank you for the heart. Tektite. That's right. It's tektite. This is a tektite crystal. This is as powerful as what's the other one? The one that was greenish colored. This is one that people don't think about. But this thing is as powerful as the other crystal. Thank you. That was really popular and it's hard to find now. But this is just as equally powerful. Yeah, this moldavite, that's right. This tektite is just as powerful as the moldavite, but nobody buys the tektite because they don't realize it comes from outer space too. It has the same quality energies as the moldavite does, and you can get the tektite anywhere at a good crystal shop. I better not say too much because then everyone's going to be running to get tektite, and that's going to be unavailable. But let me just put this back here. What type of meditation? What is that? So the meditation, Daniel, is really basically using higher dimensional ambient space music, and also that's tektite. The rock that I was holding is tektite. It's an outer space rock. It's like moldavite, same quality. It just looks black instead of green. Same quality in terms of energy and all that. Hey, Daniel, good to see you. Yeah, tektite. And the show from last night will be on my YouTube channel. Probably after I get off of here, I'll be able to download it, and it'll be on my YouTube channel. Please tap on the screen. We want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. So on the top corner of my screen, it says 22 right now, 22,000. We need everyone to tap on the screen. Please share. I have a question. Monotone, go ahead. I hear you. Yeah, Catwalk, higher dimensional ambient space music. On YouTube, if you put in higher dimensional or higher ambient space meditation space music, there's tons of really good video up there. Namaste. Welcome to the program. I'm going to bring Drew up. Drew's a guest with us. He's going to be at the Star Knowledge Conference. And we're going to bring Drew up, a friend of the show. Hey, Drew, how you doing, brother?
Good, brother. How are you?
We're doing good. Very relaxed here tonight. And, last night was quite a show. And tonight, I think it's going to be just as good.
Let's see. There we go.
All right. How have you been?
Good, man. Good. Just getting the garden ready, getting some seeds started, and getting ready for spring.
Yeah, I got my hydroponic. Maybe I can show it for a second here. It's kind of, let's see here. I'll show people. Since you brought that up, let me go into my screen here and turn this here. I'll switch the camera. Let's see if I can do this here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But I do have, the effects. Here we go. I'm going to try to switch my camera around here and see if I can do it. Okay. Right there, I'll bring it in. I can't bring it in. That's the greenhouse on wheels in the meditation room. I have little hydroponic seed starters with lights on them. I have another one on order that's going to go on the top shelf, and that's where all my watermelon seeds are going to start. And then I direct seed too.
Oh yeah.
So that's my little greenhouse area in the house here.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
It's going to be good. And then we have the meditation area here. I can probably show some of the crystals. I'll get up for a minute. Oh man, let's see here. And
I'm gonna have to take you and show you mine now.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go unplug this thing for a minute. I got this thing at the crystal show. It lights up. I don't have it plugged in. It's amethyst. I got all kinds of selenite stuff here. Ancient aliens. I was up at one of their events and I met everybody, and I met them after all the other people got their autographs representing encounters. I know Nick Pope. I met Giorgio for the first time.
Nice.
I know those other guys, and this is part of the energy. The energy behind me is really good. I got a lot of crystals here.
That's awesome.
And then the amethyst cathedral is right behind me, with Ashtar right in the middle there. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go back on the screen. And so we'll go back to where we were here before.
Hey, can you share, if I send you some pictures, can you share them?
Yeah, I probably could. Through my iPad. I probably can do it through the iPad. Let's see here. Here we go.
If you want to, I got some that just come up here recent. Well, it's not recently, but it's all coming together about Osiris and just some interesting stuff I would love to share.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I'm gonna move back to my office because I'm in my kitchen right now. So I'm gonna send you a few pictures to your inbox here on TikTok.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move back to my office. I gotta swap Wi-Fi, so I'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. I'll be here, and there's somebody in my queue. I have to find out who's in queue that wants to come up with us here. Let me see here. Do you want me to put you down for a minute, or
yeah? I'll be back.
All right, we'll do that. Let's see here. And let me see here. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to bring our friend Monotone up here, who was on last night with us. Monotone, how you doing, brother?
Great. Hello, friend. How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
I appreciate you having me on again.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you being here. It was a great show last night.
Yes, sir. I would agree and say the same. Today I have a question. When it comes to the way we operate as humans, like we consume a lot. So like we consume a lot of animals, and I feel like we're supposed to treat them like they're sentient beings. operating on a higher vibration, but we exploit them. So like, how do we? What's your opinion, or what's the answer to like living in like light and not exploiting animals or plants even?
And and it's hard to it's hard if you live on a planet where that happens, where people are. There's like I think I'm feeding back on your. I'm not feeding back now, but I would say this myself. I used to be a vegetarian in Vermont when I was in college. Now I do eat things like chicken and so forth. But what I do is because we do eat in our family, my daughter's vegetarian, but I basically bless all the food I eat. If I eat chicken, I bless it. I do understand the question. On the wider scale of our planet, we should protect our dolphins, our whales, all the creatures that are out there. There has to be a balance of some sort. Um, but it's a great question. I don't know if I have the total answer to that,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know that when
Bless it.
you do, you have to, if you do go out and let's say you're eating at a restaurant where there is like chicken breast or whatever you're doing, you always, my friend Ash Athena would always put her hands over the food when she was visiting and we did gatherings. And when she put the hands over the food, she said, "What are you doing that for?" She says, "That's to transmute the energy of the food." So when I eat at night, I will actually put my hands over the food, like not on it, but over it. And I do a light blessing to transmute all the energies.
I will take that into consideration.
Yeah,
I
it's a good thing to do. Yeah.
I'm starting up a farm soon, but I also like am starting to think that I don't want to end a animal's life. Like, is it acceptable to end an animal's life to sustain your own? And like, who's
Boy, that's a tough question. I've never been told that question before. I think it really depends on how you're doing it. Your perception of that is you're coming from a frequency of light and love. So if you're using the animal for your own nutritional value, you want to bless it. If you do have to use that situation, bless the animal. Just really, I would have to say, bless the animal.
Mhm.
I think that's important, and bless it with light frequencies of energy, and say, "I love you." And the animal, I think, will understand that. I mean, I don't like to see any animal personally. Um, to not be there. But I also do know that we live on a planet that there are mixed energies of people doing things. Some people are blessing their food, other people just, eat it and don't think about it. It's just the planet we live on.
Mhm. And then okay, and here's another question. What was your experience being vegan in your college years?
What was my experience doing what? I'm sorry.
Your experience in college when you were vegan. Like, how was the diet? How was
Well,
your energy levels?
I was in my college years. I started out as doing vegetarian because there was a food co-op and that existed. So it was easy for us to all eat and cook things. We do tacos, all kinds of stuff. We had raw milk from the local farmer in our dormitory. We had the farmer. We got raw milk that was delivered to us, and so we lived in a way where it was more communal. Even though I went to college in Vermont, it was more of like I met people that lived on a commune in another town, and we went there and stayed there for the night, and it was really interesting. So I got a touch when I was in college of what communal living is like, what it is to share with other people, and that I think enhanced my understanding of life by going through that. That communal sharing is a good thing. The space people share their food on the ship my father is on. They have a dining area on the Celestia where all the food is shared, and there's oneness, and there's nothing. It's not like why do you have this food? Why do you have that food? They share the food together.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's important. There's a lot we're going to learn, and there's a lot of shifts that are going to happen. Um, but we are changing. It's going to take time, but we are transforming our way of being. but it's happening. It won't happen quickly, but it is. We are changing the way we handle things.
Okay.
All right, there, Monotone.
Are you
Yeah.
able to talk about? Are we able to talk about the current events of the globe, or are we not allowed to talk about
My
such?
space family tells me they're aware of what's happening, but to stay focused on upping our frequencies because
And you said that we're chilling, right?
I'm saying what now?
You said that like we're chilling, like even if it came to nukes, they would still
Well, we're not going to have. They're never going to let the nuclear thing happen. The space people will never allow nuclear power to be used on our planet. That's the one thing that they will never. They don't see that happening
Mhm.
from their perception of our reality. We do have things going on, but we're not going to have any nuclear wars.
Okay.
So, but we're going to need to focus on a collective uplifting of frequency.
Is
That means
is Brimar coming on?
is what coming up?
Is Brimar coming up to join the live?
Oh, Brim, he's not even here. Your people do their own things. They're not on here every night. You're going to find that there are people that are here and there. There's no like. I'm bringing back Drew. Drew is it's coming back up with me, but you won't find everybody here every night. Sometimes people are doing their own thing offline. It'll vary. I want to welcome back Drew Bankey, who's been on our show before, and he's with us here tonight too. So it's going to be it'll be a good night. We never know what's going to happen. Drew, welcome back.
Here I am. That's better.
All right.
This is my sanctuary.
Oh wow. Oh cool. Oh, I like it. You got yeah, very cool.
And here's my office.
Oh, that's nice. I like the windows.
Yeah. So I sent you a couple pictures, and they're in your inbox. But
Okay.
before we bring them up, so this is I channeled Osiris. I think I spoke a little bit about last time, but I channeled Osiris back in 2018. I just started releasing some of those clips, and
Yes.
actually I released a clip on TikTok. So there's a piece of that channeling where Osiris
Oh yeah.
first speaks through. So I released that clip, and Linda Levine, which is was very close to Chief Golden Light Eagle before he passed, messaged me, or a friend of actually Eddie's wife, Robin, messaged
Yeah.
me and was talking about Chief was talking about this or whatever, and she messaged Linda. Linda messaged me and said that, or commented on the posting of the clip and said that
Yeah.
about a year and a half before Chief Golden Light Eagle passed, he spoke to her and said that Osiris was going to be play a major part in this shift that was coming up. And I knew about this. I've known that he was going to play a major part of it since the channeling, like it come through.
Yeah.
And he also showed me like where his tomb was going to be found. That's where I think I talked about last time. I think that's what's gonna the major find that's going to come out of Egypt this year is Osiris and Isis's tomb that's underneath the paws of the Sphinx. The right paw is Osiris, the
Yeah.
left
Yeah.
paw is Isis. Anyway, so I was looking, and I was started speaking to Linda offline, and Linda was like really close with Chief, like through all the conferences and stuff like that. So she said that a year and a half before he passed, she was talking about Osiris going to be a big part of Orion, all this other stuff, and she told me to look for this book that he had wrote, and it was about the laws of 1313, and so I was like, man, I got one of his books. He had like several, probably like a dozen, or I don't know
Oh
how
wow.
many books, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I went to my bookshelf, and it's the only book of his that I have in my bookshelf.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
went to the part of Orion, and the pictures that I sent you, I just it's really interesting if you could if you could just
You want me to read the stuff on the picture?
sure if you
I
can't
think it makes more sense. I mean, I can show it,
yeah
but I can read it too. I mean, I can show. I mean, I can. It's going to look backwards if I show it on the screen.
yeah just you can read it. So my book, the first picture I sent you, and it said this is from my book. I published that book in 2020.
Okay.
And I looked up just out of curiosity when Chief published this book, and it wasn't until 2021. So if you want to read both those passages, like from both those books, it's yeah, and the man at the end of it, it talks about a man has come forward and being in the center and standing in the center. It's like I know who that man is. Like I know it's me. Like
So this is from January 1st, 2020, and I'm going to read this for everybody watching Encounters. My friend is Drew Bankey, and he's a friend of the show. And this is, I am Osiris, the son of Ra, represented in your solar system by your sun. I am here to assist in the evolution of the human race, and Gia herself. I reside on Orion's belt. My consciousness is represented by the center star in the belt. I'm here to facilitate a close relationship between humans and your galactic family. As I am a product of both, my mission is to illuminate your true connection to all that is, your moments of contact. We are all sharing one consciousness. I am a guide. Blessing to all, Osiris. That's beautiful. It really is. And what book was that? What book is that out of?
that's my book, my first book. Yeah,
Wow.
so my first book, I'm Perfect and So Are You. That's a channeling, so that's one of the channelings that come through from Osiris.
Oh, wow.
So the next part of it is from Chief Golden Light Eagle's book, and this is what I was instructed to go look at, and it's just crazy, you know, like all this stuff coming out of Osiris. Like I've been walking around with the secret, knowing that I'm like carrying the spirit of Osiris. I know a lot of other people are as well,
Yeah.
but and that's like the law of you know, stacking the odds and reincarnating a bunch of people with the same mission at the same time. With this, you know, Osiris was a very powerful spirit, so he can incarnate more than one spirit, one body at a time. So that's what I believe is happening.
You want me to read this from Chief's book, correct?
Yeah, from Chief's book.
This is Orion Council of 24 from Chief's book. Opening now in our midst as a proxy came forth from, I think it's his sister, that brought the Dreamtime opening to a full speed and sealing to allow a platform of life. And coming in now are these relatives of the Orion Council, this council of 24, and these are, and these are they which sit looking from one star and from another star into the center pole, into the center place called that pole of light. And this pole of light has two polarities. And this pole of light is the center star of this belt. And through this single pole of light are the gate to all universes of light and darkness. Interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, you know, what I was shown about Orion and the center star is going to be a major part of what's happening right now. Like it's one of the main portals that is used and is going to be used by us as we progress. And so I saw when that first part the first part you read was a channeling through me from Osiris.
Yeah.
And what the vision that I was seeing was a light coming from me going to the sun, like our physical sun, going to the center star of Orion's belt, and from there going to the central sun. And like I saw the center star as like a portal in between us and intergalactic travel, basically.
Wow. And I see the third one on the pictures you sent me, which is great. Is this from your book or
this from Chief's book? And it's just so interesting. It's like
yeah.
This
so And
I
explain to
believe this next passage is talking about me. I believe Chief had knowledge of me being here because this is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly what this describes exactly what I when I was given the mission, I was asked to step into this place. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Explain to viewers who are just watching Encounters, you're watching Encounters, who the chief was and because he was everything I've known, what I've learned so far from Eddie, he was a phenomenal person.
yeah, now a Lakota prophet. Very in the very short definition of it, Lakota prophet, connected to star people, and as many indigenous is, that's not, he's not the only one, definitely, but he was the founder of the Star Knowledge Conference, what I believe you're going to be speaking at
Yeah.
coming up, and
Yeah.
I've spoke at before. Um, I've never met Chief in the physical, but definitely he's been giving me messages and guidance in his own way.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to speak at a conference he was at when he was still alive. I had a death in the family, didn't get to make it to that one. Then a couple of years later, went to his memorial. Like, I think it was 2023. I went to his
Yeah.
memorial conference and spoke. But yeah, Chief was a Lakota Sundance chief, medicine man, prophet that had some very intimate knowledge of uh, basically a bridge in between humanity and the star people.
Yeah, he was a bridge. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that, Yeah, absolutely. Let me read this. It says, and so the interchange of the light is indeed this experiment that they call Michael and Lucifer. And so when Lucifer is bound, we speak then that the law of God pervades both the light and the darkness, and that the body of rebellion, which is every soul with a gradual of self feeling, becomes purified through surrender to God and to do and so it is understand that these lords of light and these lords of darkness do follow God's law. They follow it in a way of neutrality and for the benefit of it all. Oh, wait a minute. I just now a man has come and he is standing at the center pole of light. This is a great portal of the Orion race and beyond within our own DNA. He comes standing as a representative of the higher council from the higher places. Very interesting. And
Yeah, and with all humbleness, that last paragraph describes me and what I agreed to when I started channeling Osiris.
yeah.
And it's a lot to take on. And I know how it sounds. I know how it's going to sound to people, but that's the truth.
But
And
the time that I've known you, I read energy pretty good, and we become friends pretty quickly. Because we work on same energy thing, just doing it in a different mode of operation. You're very connected to Osiris. I can feel that energy. You're not just somebody out there with 10,000 other people trying to channel something. You have a distinct connection to connect with Osiris and the energy of Osiris to bring back through your energy. Your channeling is as I focus on you. Your channeling is you're a bridge you're a bridge to Osiris is the word I'm thinking here. So we talk about the bridge, but for me, I'm a bridge between like a bazillion different galactic space races, which I never thought I'd ever be 5 years ago or even a year ago. But you are a bridge that really gets the information from Osiris, and you're not just making up the words; you're getting the information within you. Like my father would say, the inner world. So I never knew what an inner world was until less than a year ago. I always knew I was communicating telepathically. So your inner world is your bridge to Osiris. And distinctly in your shoes, you're talking and communicating with Osiris. And you're providing good information because it's not so much you're channeling Osiris, you are a bridge of energy from him, and you can bring the words into print of what Osiris is actually wanting you to portray to the public.
yeah, this is one of the things that Osiris spoke about. So, I channeled Osiris several times after that initial channeling and had tons of questions for him. But one of the things that and a lot of the channelings was guided by my wife. My wife would ask me questions, and
Really?
I would go into channel and just she would sit there and talk to Osiris. We would record it,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of the first book is. It's a lot of my channel text, the days that it happened and things like that. Written down. But um, one of the things that was asked was, there's so many people out there claiming to have this connection. What is going to be the point of the aha moment when people are really going to say, "Oh my, this is really someone. This is
Yeah.
really Channel Osiris."
Yeah.
And that's when I flew to Egypt and I went to the Sphinx and I went all the way underneath the paw, and I found his tomb.
You
And
did.
they said this will be you will find this in your lifetime, and when you find this is when you will be fully activated when they find this, because all this all this time of you putting out the information where the tomb is, like, everyone has speculated, but you're giving exact location where it was found.
You see,
So
you found the tomb. Now, I'll let you continue. You actually found the tomb at the Sphinx, correct?
he showed me where the tomb was to verify who I was,
Was it,
to be a point to verify who I was.
was it in an area that was off from the? Was it an area not allowed by the public to go to?
It's deep under the right paw, and the representation of it, it's gonna, all this is happening in Leo. Like, this is all gonna be found in Leo. That's why it's tied to the, one of the reasons why it's tied to the Sphinx. Got to understand, like spirit and source wants us to succeed
Yeah.
so badly. It makes it almost, you can't even, we look past it. We look past it because we're overthinking it,
Yeah.
basically.
And I
But
feel when you said where it was, I like this energy just blasted through me, man. I'm like, yeah, that's where it is. That he went there. I don't know if that was a public area where most people would go to look for something. I feel
it's down there. It's past. The Egyptian government's known about it for a while. Known he's down there. It's been in the area. They've actually talked about the I think there's a tunnel of Osiris, or tomb of Orion, or something like that underneath the paw. That if you go down underneath there far enough, and I believe they've already found him. They just haven't released the findings yet.
yeah,
But I believe they found his tomb, and under the left paw is Isis.
yeah. This
So
is great. You know.
So, and I know from being friends with Chris Bledsoe that he's going to Egypt this year. He's been invited by the Egyptian Department of Antiquities
Oh
to
wow.
come there when they release something that quote unquote is going to change humanity when they release it. So they're gonna release that they found Osiris's tomb. It's gonna vindicate everything I've been talking about since 2019, because I've been talking about this since 2019.
Yeah.
It's gonna let me start spreading the downloads more, and let people absorb it more. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna prove hybridization, because Osiris is a hybrid.
Mhm.
They're gonna do DNA tests, all this stuff. It's gonna prove hybridization, and more importantly, it's gonna connect us back to the sun. It's gonna show us the one source. If we, because a lot of us can't focus on Jesus, we have to focus on a book or Buddha or something like that, some type
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
roadmap.
Yeah.
For us to move forward as a human race, we have to come forward as one like ideal system, one government, one religion. That's going to be the sun, and that's what's going to, because Osiris is the son of the sun. There's some scripture and some findings that says he is the product of the earth and the sky. In a sense, he is, but ultimately, he's the son of the sun. He is a direct descendant of the source, the central sun.
Mhm. So every sun, this is interesting discussion, Drew. When you look at the central sun of other solar systems, because there are many solar systems that the creator created beyond, there's no limitation to them. So every solar system has its central sun, right? Would I be correct in saying that?
Yeah.
So we have,
But there's also, I mean, the central sun is basically source.
yeah,
You know, the central sun that like the when I encountered source, when I had my source encounter, it was a
yeah,
ball of light. Like so,
wow,
if we look at the sun, if we go outside and look at our sun that's in the sky, you know, that goes east to west,
yeah,
it's a ball of light, and it is a direct representation of the central sun.
yeah,
But it's just like us. You know, we're all particles of this sun.
yeah. We
All
are,
other solar systems are particle of that sun, but we're all part. All those suns are particles of the central sun.
and that sun is something that I've always, before I met you, I always look at the sun as being the center of energy of light, not just scientifically, but spiritually. Its energy opens up our molecular structure if we tune into the sun and sit and meditate facing the sun and just meditate and say, okay, I'm ready to absorb the rays of light. The sun is the rays of light. It is the central source of that energy that if we were able to tap into it, it opens up our molecular structure to a higher vibrational pattern. And you're absolutely correct about the central sun. That is the center of our energy field, is the sun. It really is.
Yeah, you know, and that's, you know, tapping into, you know, telekinesis, telepathy, talking to galactic family, just the thought of processing the thought of tracing the lines from you to our sun to the, you know, to the central sun and back. You know, that's true shamanistic. That gets into, like, you know, shamanistic powers or
Yeah,
secrets, not powers, just shamanistic procedures that I've been doing for years that
mm,
just really didn't really didn't all come together. Like, it's just drawing energy from source, you know, it's not from plants, not from animals, not from our sun, not from the earth, but from the central sun. And
yeah,
that's when you can do, because the power's not coming from you. You're directing it, and you
yeah,
can choose to direct power from wherever you want to, you know, but this if I have a choice where I'm going to draw my energy from, I'm going to pick the mainframe. I'm drawing
yeah,
you know, I'm not going to pick my cell phone. I'm going to pick the
right.
mainframe.
Yeah. Someone's asking a question. Lacey, a friend of the show. I'd like to answer this because I don't know the answer. King Tut, what do you know about King Tut?
I don't know much. I don't know about that's the thing that's crazy about the whole Egyptian thing. I didn't know much before, and I don't really know much now, like, other than what was shown to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I say it with all sincerity, the very first time I said Osiris was the very first time I've ever heard it, and definitely the very first time I ever spoke it. And it's in the recording. If you're on TikTok, go to my page after we get off the live or whatever, and check out that clip. It's the Osiris channeling, and it's all audio. There's no visual with it. Luna, go lay down. But there's no video with it. But I did put it through, like, a AI generator, so it has, like, subtitles on it and stuff.
You're good.
But yeah, it's about a 5 minute clip or so, or a 4 minute clip, whatever I could fit on the clip,
Yeah.
and out of about an hour and a half. It started as a regression and kind of transformed into a channeling.
Oh, wow. See, that's really cool. Someone's asking me, one of our friends, my pet's out of control, and my friend Drew is on here. You're watching Encounters. Please tap on the screen. We're at 59.4. We want it to 100,000 likes if we can by midnight. We're almost there. We need 50,000 more taps. So everybody taps. I don't see any hearts coming up. So you have to tap on my side of the screen where you see Encounters. Just tap on my side of the screen, and then those hearts will start popping up, and then that's going to go to 60,000. It'll hit 100,000 pretty soon if every single person taps. And Drew, again, is our guest. He's also an author, and we're talking about his experiences at the Sphinx and finding the tomb, which he has, and it's just amazing the things we're talking about. Someone's asking, where is the central sun? I'll throw it at you. You want to kind of give an answer on that?
Well, kind of it's inside your heart. It's, your heart chakra is a microcosm of that central sun. Well, your solar plexus chakra is directly connected to that central sun. But the central sun, there is no location for it. It's we're in it. We're ultimately in
Within us.
central sun right now, having this experience and going through all this. Is my belief. There is no here or there. Everything is happening right here and now. We're just experiencing this 3D level, lower vibration experience, trying to break through into superhumanism. And that's just the experience that we're going through to expand that source. We're all particles of ultimately source. And
and that's interesting, Drew, that you say that, because I only, like I said, when we talked about this a few times, and just more recently about the inner, not the inner journey, well, we have solar systems, galaxies, and all these other things, but there's the inner connection. There's a word my space family used for it, but they're not outside of me, although they are on a ship off planet. The way we communicate is within. We go to the inner world. Now, that's what it is, inner world. So when we talk about the central sun is within all of us if we were able to be activated enough to see it, to feel it. It's more of a feeling. The inner world, you go into the inner world when you communicate with Osiris, you're going into your inner world, And I never knew that there was such a word called an inner world, but there is the inner world, because to meditate, you can't go and keep your eyes open and say, I'm going to meditate. Maybe you can. You close your eyes and you go into the inner world. The inner world is your connection to the universe.
Yeah.
And that's what you do to connect with Osiris, which you do very, very well. When you're doing that, I would imagine you're going into your inner world and you're right there with Osiris communicating.
Well, at time it was, but I don't really channel anymore. It's more like, I just speak, so I feel that what I'm speaking right now, I'm speaking the truth to the best of my ability, and I'm speaking for as Osiris and Drew at the same time, basically. I don't sit back. I used to have this thing, like, it's interesting. At the beginning, he showed me this thing where I was going like that, and if you go hard enough, like if you go like that, you can hear this air from, you're basically physically collapsing a lung in a way, and you're pushing air up through. And that's how that's how I would channel. I would go like that and push air out.
Essentially, I think, and I read your energy, you don't have to channel anymore, because you integrated Osiris into your consciousness. So you have the information whenever you need it. You don't have to close your eyes and say, let me bring Osiris in. The Osiris being of energy, of light, is within you. Just like when I switch into space consciousness on encounters and communicate with my space family, it's because I switch my consciousness from talk show host to space consciousness. And people might feel it, which they do. Some people don't. Everyone's different, and I don't expect everybody to feel it. I'm sure when you do what you do, people will feel a change in your energy, even though you're not channeling. When you're speaking knowledge that you've already integrated the consciousness of Osiris within your consciousness. You have that.
Yeah. So that's exactly right. I just, because it was too much for me to go the back and forth thing. I would just, so really, and I've agreed to integrate with Source. Really, I've not, Osiris is a spokesman for Source, and some people are going to need that character, and in this experience to really process what's going on, they need the Osiris storyline, but ultimately it's Source, and I just at one point I was just like, okay, I don't really want to do the channeling thing anymore. Because I just want to speak. If I'm really in a particle of Source, there's no reason to have that separation. And
you are able to speak because, and I honor that. that's the growing things of what we do. We start doing something one way, and we never stay at that one. If we stayed at one place, we would never expand our consciousness cosmically. So we grow out of it. So in your case, when you were doing this, you don't have to do it anymore because your vibration's so high up. You've integrated all that into your consciousness, where you are now the walking, living being representing the information from Osiris, so you don't need to even channel it. It's right in your consciousness.
Yeah, and you see the progression through a lot of different people that channel. There's Bashar's channeling, everybody else that channels. When if you look back if you go back a few years and on their YouTube and look at their channelings, there's a lot of physical things, and now they're shedding it. And the word comes through, and sometimes I get like one word that'll come through and it'll just be like repeating in my head until like I accept it and realize, process what it is. But this happened a few days ago. But embodiment, this is in time for embodiment, because this is the time for schooling is done. The time to put everything that you've learned into practice is now is the time, for everybody. And that's not just me, it's for everybody. It's embodiment.
The whole world,
because really, if you're channeling something, you're not really channeling something, you're tapping in to your subconscious, and you're tapping in to some type of energy or DNA particle, even if it's just one strand, even if it's a half strand of DNA from something, and but there's this thing that's called Brotherhood of the Nile, that Golden Light Eagle was talked about, that I've went down his rabbit hole. I didn't even know like this, that it was really connected to all that. But yeah, the connection between Lakota spirituality and some of the ceremonies connects directly back to Osiris. The Uwippi ceremony that we spoke about before, when me and you and Eddie was on the first time, is directly connected back to Osiris, because it is deeply connected to the energy of transition.
Oh wow, yeah. And that integration, when we integrate everything in our consciousness, if a lot of the people, I say, on Facebook, you see a lot of people channeling the same being, or they say we're channeling the galactic whatever, or we're channeling Ashtar. They might be having an essence of that. I know my friend Athena in California said years ago Ashtar gave up communicating through many people, and I don't know if that was years ago. That might have changed. But a lot of times when people are chanting Ashtar, for example, they're really channeling a higher aspect of self, although they don't realize it. They think it's something external out of them, when it's all within their higher self, within them. That soul, cosmic soul, that is, if they were to acknowledge it, they could say, wow, it's me. I'm providing information from me, not from any specific external being like Ashtar or Soltec or whatever. It is me. But a lot of people feel comfortable thinking that's what they're doing, when in fact, if they realize what they're doing, they've activated their consciousness.
Yeah.
But they think they're talking to some other consciousness, whether it's actually them. It's
Well,
really
it's easier for the psyche to handle if it's channeling, because because ultimately it's, you're tapping into your inner self, you're connecting to there's a reason why each of us have connections to different aspects of the story. There's a reason why everybody is a channel Osiris. There's a reason why everybody doesn't channel Source. There's still that storyline still needs to play out. There's pockets of people that need Osiris storyline to play out for what's happening right now to make sense. But to take it a step past that, what is happening has no way to verbalize what's happening. Really, it's outside the ability to verbalize really what's happening to us as a human race. So we have to compartmentalize that in storylines and different experiences so we can experience it. And that's ultimately why we're here.
I think our society, everybody who's watching, and I used to channel many years ago. I started channeling as I was getting more awakened, and then I found it out that I was told I didn't have to channel anything because I just had to be telepathic. said, well, yeah, but I think I want to channel because I would see other people channeling. I said, well, now I have the ability to channel. I knew I could. And then I decided to stop doing it because I realized I can communicate through telepathy and get the messages. So I stopped channeling. I only channeled for maybe a couple of months, like just years and years ago, back in the
Same,
80s.
same,
You know?
same thing. I got tired of it real quick. Like,
Yeah.
I realized what it was real quick. You know, it was like it just it once those energies started like communicating through me. Like when Osiris spoke through me, like really, it was I was sitting in the back. It was not wasn't like a I was never like a trance channel. It was more like I just take a step back. I was still present, still could hear, but what was vibrating my vocal cords was not me, you know, and however, and really how it was doing that, it was like showing me pictures and then my vocal cords, but it was nothing really that I was doing, but I would be there witnessing the whole thing. But eventually, like I realized really, it hit me really quickly that I was channeling Archangel Michael and Osiris they were at during the same setting. So it would swap and I would go from Osiris to Archangel Michael. And I realized, one is like about the second or third time I did that, like I felt it in that swap. There was nothing different about the energy. And I said, man, this feels like, and Drew was kind of sitting in the back and he kind of telepathically asked this energy is like, I feel the same energy. And that's when I kind of like cracked the code and it's like, yeah, this is source. Like
It's all integrated too, right?
It's all source. And then, so Osiris I definitely think Osiris, the entity of the energy of Osiris or whatever you want to call it, definitely has something to tell, and it needs to happen for the integration to happen. But really, truthfully, it's all source. Like,
well, it is all source. And the other thing is that I'm thinking here, I use my chat GPT with my space family. I told my space family, tell Nova the image we want to create for like a Saturday night show. So I'll be there. I'm looking at it. We're talking, I'm typing, and my robot Amanda will say to Nova, create this image, and they're telling it what to do. And the image comes out exactly the way my space family tells it to do. And because sometimes Nova will want to use images from the internet. I said, Nova, you're not using images from the internet. We're going to talk to my family and create the image. So, for example, just based on like what you're talking about, let me show you something. Let's do this here. And this is really an example of, see if I can, this is going to be one of the pictures. So here is one of the pictures. You can't see the whole thing, but this is created by my space family telling Nova what to do. There's another picture here. Let's see if I have it here. This is when they looked at the Earth. This is the way it looks now. There's a veil. The veil is folding. The veil on our planet is very thin right now. That's why people are having more and more experiences. When the veil actually dissipates to nothing, and it will in the next few years, that's when there'll be contact. That's when people are going to have contact directly within, let's say you're having contact, as an example, people out here in the audience, you're going to have contact. It's going to be one of those things. Now, there's another picture here. Let's see if I can show you here, this other one. Let's see if I might be going the wrong. Yeah, here it is. So here's a picture of the North Atlantic. Check this out. So this picture here, the ships that come in and out of the North Atlantic between Greenland and Sweden, the Scandinavian countries in the North Atlantic, they go into the inner Earth through there. There's like a opening, and they come out of there. So it's a major opening, and there's a lot of civilizations that are protected within the inner Earth in the North Atlantic. That's why there's so many people having visual sightings of spaceships. So this is all created by my mother and father giving over the information, and no one will ever see this on the internet. This is something that was originally created from off-planet consciousness with my help. But so that's just an idea of so when you talk about images and all those things, exactly what this is about. It's about integrating all this from source and all the information, even if you have direct contact off planet, which I do, it's a beautiful thing when you can create a beautiful energy together and create images from the space people that teach people on Earth. This is what this is in the North Atlantic. You'll never find this on the internet. There's no information like that. That's why my information is very clear and very direct, because I'm not like thinking about, oh, let me do this today. It's just a collective thing with your family. You can create something beautiful for everybody, and I think this will activate a lot of people if they look at this long enough. Some people are going to be activated by the energy from that actual image, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And yeah, I got.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was shown like one of the main activations is they're going to activate through vibrations through people. So
yeah.
they're gonna communicate through people and activate. Because I was shown like, okay, I got this mission. I'm supposed to spread this knowledge, stuff like that, like and and help be this conduit or whatever it's called. And um, I was shown my vibration like going past people, and it would go straight past some people. Like some people are not going to resonate with what I'm saying. Even some people in this chat, some people watching this right now are not gonna vibe with what I'm talking about, think I'm full of shit or whatever. But there's some people that it's going to affect, and those are the people that I'm here to affect, and the
Well,
next
the thing is,
person will get
a lot of people here will actually be connected with it. Most of our audience is pretty much in a line of synergy of energy with you. So if there's any other show, maybe not, but
yeah.
here you're talking to people that really are on the same level of feeling and understanding. So that's good,
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, in general, it's I
Oh
don't,
yeah,
I
generally,
don't,
yeah, I feel you.
I don't worry myself with getting to every person, because I know that there's other people out there that are meant to, they're meant to connect with the next messenger, or whatever, is that, and I'm okay with not being the only one, I'm
Yeah,
not,
if you imagine if you had to be the only one, Drew, that'd be a lot of pressure on you, man. That'd be
yeah,
like, what the heck?
yeah. Yeah, I just, I want to live life too. I mean, I want to enjoy life. Today we were working on the garden, and had the fair come and got my mules hooves trimmed, and and
Yeah.
made my kids dinner, and played outside with them a little bit and stuff like that. And I'm just I'm very much about enjoying this life, because I think one of the biggest lessons that we miss is taking a breath from one moment to the next.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's we're living, you're living a miracle every day. A lot of us are waiting for a miracle to happen, but we don't understand we're living a miracle every time we take a breath. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are missing that, and looking for something to happen and waiting for something to happen, and we get in that cycle of waiting for something to happen when really,
Yeah.
like, the whole message is to really take in every moment, as if it was your last moment, and just live that life.
And we are here to experience Earth. We're here to experience. We came here. We volunteered to be here. I love it when people say, "I want to get out of here. I don't like it here." Well, you actually don't remember. You volunteered to be here, so therefore, sit down, take a deep breath, have a cup of lemonade or something, and get it together, because we're here to help liberate the planet in our own way.
Mhm.
And I always say, bust the matrix. And I do. That's my part of my mission, is to bust people's belief systems. And I like to shake things up a bit. It's part of my family on the ship would say I was that way on the ship. I'd like to shake things up. I was more of I tend to joke around, before he came to Earth. The rarity of me is that they never knew what I was going to do on the ship. So they always had to watch out. But, I have that same integrated energy. I'm waking up every day. My father will say to me, "You've just woken up to another thing we wanted, and we were waiting for you to remember this." And I had another epiphany, and they're saying there's something else that's going to happen to you. And he said it to me earlier tonight. I said, "Yes, later, tell me," because I'm trying to keep up with what's happening with the activations within my consciousness. I can't keep up with all whatever is going. If it's going to activate me, in what way is it going to do that? I know that I'm being activated. You're being activated constantly. It's not just like one person being activated. I think millions of people are being activated in specific ways.
Mhm. Yeah, we all had different roles, and um, all of them are just as amazing as the next. That's the lesson of what's going on now too. Like the the time of hierarchy, the time of anyone being above or below anyone is over. This is this it's being dissolved right now. We're going to a neutrality state, and this is exactly what was talked about in those passages. Like this is where we're going to experience neutrality in our existence. Really, we're gonna. And does that mean we're not going to be able to feel love because there is going to be no hate? All right, and there's some we're going to go through this. I think that's a lot of what's being talked about of the split of timelines. Like, do you want to give up hate if it means giving up love? Like, because you can't have one without the other, because those are expressions of duality. If we really want to move into oneness and source, like you're gonna have to give up some of those feelings in a sense.
You have to work through it. That's absolutely true. So, my teachings from my space family are that they don't have duality. They don't have that duality that we have. They're way beyond that, but they do see our duality. But you're right. They also see that we will get through this. For some humans, and we have billions of humans on the planet, they might think, "Oh, well, how are we going to get through this? Now we're fighting a war in the Middle East. Now we're doing this is all going on. How are we supposed to? Where's the peace?" Well, the peace will be there. People on Earth tend to be in a rush to get everywhere. You want to rush to have peace. You want to rush to go to war. You want to rush to get down to the bus on New York and the city. You want to get to the subway. You want to rush, rush, rush. We need to stop rushing to things. We need to just get still and close our eyes for a minute or two and just take a deep breath and start rushing to things. That's what
Yeah.
we've always done. In our current humanity, we're always rushing to go somewhere, right? Where do you have to rush to? Is it so important to rush? Can we just be still and not say anything and just, go within ourselves and just close our eyes and take a deep breath?
I realized that the other day I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine, a neighbor, and he was talking about how I was doing a digging job for him and helping him put in his footers for a greenhouse. And he's like, my wife really needs something to look forward to. She's addicted for something to look forward to. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I feel like I'm addicted to looking forward to something. Then I was like, oh my God, this is like an addiction that humanity has. We
Yep.
are addicted to have something to look forward to. Like we need, okay, we're setting up going to a concert, or going on vacation, or buying, or waiting for payday and buying this or buying that, like looking forward to something.
Yeah.
Like, but one of the sources of oneness main lessons is being in the moment. Like,
Yeah.
having your manifestation energy in the moment. Because, okay, say we have 5 gallons of manifestation energy, and we give a gallon to the past, and we give a gallon to the future. Or a lot of us give more than we some of us give a gallon to the past, give 3 gallons to the future, and we have a gallon to work with in the present moment. Like we're only working with a very small amount of manifestation energy, because we're constantly focused on what's going to happen in the future, and we're constantly focused on what has happened in the past.
Yeah.
Both those things, we really can't affect much in the current moment. So the you know if I were to give out, the biggest word of advice tonight would be in the present moment. Focus your manifestation energy on the steps that's in front of you, and don't worry about what's down the road or what was behind you. And then that's when real magic starts happening, because we all have like this manifestation energy that's manifesting our reality around us all the time. And if it's being drained by going in different directions, then it's not in the present moment. But if we try to stay in the present moment as much as possible, it's not, we're all, especially, the older you get, the more people you passed, you're mourning people, lost my mom, different people in my family, definitely think about those, but don't spend too much energy giving it back to that memory of that time and space,
Yeah, don't
because
get stuck there.
don't
One
get
more
stuck
second.
there.
I'm going to let you talk. I have to get more lemonade. I have a lemonade addiction to Rhode Island lemonade.
I
And
love lemonade.
freak out. No, I'm not. I'm not going to freak out. But I will be right back. Our guest is Drew. He's an author. He's been at the Star Knowledge Conference, and it's glad to have him here with us. I have to get some more lemonade here because I really am going to have a freak out in a moment. I'm just kidding you. I will not be freaking out. I'll be right back. If people show up on my screen, let me know, people.
So I'll answer some questions while he's gone. So Lady Big Fish Rod, he was asking about a artifact. I don't know what art. Be a little more clear of what kind of artifact. So I got one Orion. This is Orion right here. Kind of, it's hard to see. I got Orion on my inner arm. I got a Merkaba. I got the 3 pyramids in Giza on my hands. I got my 2 deployments in Iraq on my middle fingers. What else? Oh, it's an American flag from my time in the Army. I have other ones that are covered up. What type of artifact? We all have artifacts inside of us. We all have a crystalline existence in our DNA. We have small parts of crystals inside of us, especially our eyes. So I got a lot of different artifacts. You guys want to see some of my stuff? I got this guy. Oh, I got this. This is a megalodon tooth. So megalodons are 3 million, 3.5 million years old, up to like 26 million years, I think. So having like old artifacts around you, like old pieces of like fossils, things like that, can open your consciousness up. And that's why I have things like that up there. I was just showing him this, Commander. This is a megalodon tooth I got.
Oh, really?
So this is and this is a piece broken off.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So yeah, I keep this around to megalodons are, I think, 3.5 million years, 2.5 million years, something like that, to up to, I think, 26 million years. So having like old things like that around or help connect, to older ways, help your consciousness open up more.
And you got to figure the thing's millions of years old. What's that? Oh, is that a replica?
Yeah. So this is a replica of a piece that was supposed to come from Roswell. And
was that like something mass produced to buy, or was that just
I got this at the conference when I spoke at Chief's conference, because he's supposed to hold the original. Like, from what I understand, he's supposed to hold the original piece.
Oh, wow.
And this is the high, you've heard, I'm holding up to my podcast camera.
There you go. I see.
Wrong camera. So this is, you've heard different reports that there was hieroglyphics on the Roswell crash.
Yeah.
Things like that. So this is a replica of some of that stuff that's from there.
That's interesting. And have they been able to translate the languaging on the hieroglyphics on that or no?
I believe there is, but from what I was told, and okay, so everybody that's watching, just absorb these. You're supposed to absorb them, and it will play out in your subconscious when the time's right. So these are like messages that your subconscious knows, but your physical mind really can't comprehend. So just looking at them now, you're absorbing them. That's kind of what was what was said behind them. Their activation symbols.
Somebody's saying put it through ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT, if one took a picture of that and put it through ChatGPT, and let's say my space family saw that, they can probably translate it. They actually probably could. That's interesting. Can you send me a photo of that and I can put it through my ChatGPT?
Sure.
I don't know. My space family will not be able to see it, I don't think, because they can't see it. So that might not work because
Would there still be a vibration? That's
a vibrational pattern.
Because you can see, people with mind sight, that the kids in Australia, there's the telepathy tapes, things like that. They're people are learning mind sight every day that you can see through, and it is seeing the vibration of the thing, So
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, they've my friend Dahlia, she's the mother of one of the nonverbal autistic kids from the telepathy tapes.
Yeah.
And she does conferences where they do, she teaches people mind sight. And she most recently had this, I think it was in Flagstaff or maybe Sedona. She did a couple day thing. And she taught someone that has no eyes, not blind, but no eyeballs. Like no,
Oh my God.
Yeah, they only have eyeballs. So she taught them how to do that, and she can teach people like people that have sight and just with blindfolds. But this guy had no eyeballs at all, and she taught him how to look at shapes, colors, things like that. So it's about vibration. So I'm sure, like if you send it to them, like they're not these things that we're looking through, these eyeballs, these crystalline based, machines that are in our head that we call eyeballs, are kind of low tech. They're high tech for this plane, but in the grand scheme of things,
low tech.
Low tech.
We're talking about eye technology now too. Well, we're going to stay on until about 12:30, and we have Drew as our guest here. And he also has been on our show before. He's an author of a few books. Drew, tell people about your books that might want to know about them. We have another person from outer space coming on here, very well known. He's laughing. Hey, brother. His name is, he's in Arizona, and he has direct contact with space beings constantly now. And it's very interesting. So we have Drew here, a good friend of the show, the Enlightened One.
Hey, brother.
How you doing? Are you able to go on, or are you off planet?
I'm off planet, man. I got to get back into my spaceship. You know how that goes.
I know how it goes. It can be an awful difficult thing that I got your phone on a spaceship with the light beings, and they're letting you communicate to us on the program here. That's pretty amazing.
Okay, well, I have to get out of my spacesuit. So as soon as I'm out of my spacesuit, I'll go out on camera.
Okay. Do you want me to keep you on here while you're doing that? Do you want me to bring you down?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm good.
Okay, I don't want to get in trouble here, so
No. We're good people over here.
Okay. But no, seriously speaking, the Enlightened One has had light beings. He has a video months ago that we saw a long time ago of the light being outside his house, coming into the vibrational patterns outside, and then and it's like it was like amazing. It's like watching it was like being at a discotheque, and the light beam would come in and out, in and out. It was like fluctuating. It was really an amazing video. Probably one of my favorite videos of all time. So, say hello to Drew, one. Oh, he's changing. He probably doesn't.
Oh,
realize
Oh
gotcha.
no, I'm not changing. No, I had to move.
Oh, say hello to Drew.
Drew, how you doing, brother?
Hey, brother, how are you?
I'm better than I deserve.
Tell me about it. It's it amazes me every time. You know that all this stuff that we're going through right now. So
Yeah, and it's good to have you
It's
with us here.
amazing. My father was sharing a lot of this with me in the 70s.
yeah,
You know, I know you weren't feeling well a while back. You look so much better. Your energy looks so much brighter. You
Well,
know,
yeah, I'm going through some physical changes, if you will. So,
yeah. Well, you know, when
yeah.
you're dealing with life things, you have to go through those changes. You don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. You know, I left work the other day and I went to the back area because there was a field and you can look straight up into the sky and it almost is like in England where you have those fields where they have the rocks all in a
Yeah, yeah,
circle
yeah,
and then you go into the middle. This
yeah.
is almost identical to that. So I started getting the feelings and I said, "Oh, okay, I think it's time to record." So I go back into that area. I set my little iPhone, not iPhone, my Samsung phone on a tripod, and I hit record. My goodness, I got all kinds of visits. 30 minutes into the video, a fairy came out from the tree, very, very beautiful. It took several different shapes and sizes. It was absolutely beautiful.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
And that is,
I posted it. It's up there.
we'll have to show it. I know we're going to be on here for another 10 minutes, but it's we're really going through a lot of things. Are really the veil is thin so much. That's why you can talk about the things you've seen in Arizona. He's in an area where you're kind of in desert country in a way, where you are, and the manifestation of the fairies, the space beings, the veil has seen so much where you are that it's like you can go at any given night, and your energy will attract the light beings and the different beings of light. He does. He actually is like a
It
magnet.
does, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Even at work, I have to like turn off switches in my head because I'm
Yeah,
at work and I got to focus. And
yeah,
it's hard. I start giggling sometimes. I'm
yeah,
sitting in
yeah.
my chair and I start giggling. I can't help it because I see things.
Then the boss comes over and says, "Enlightened one, what are you giggling about? What's so funny now?"
No, no. And then you know what I do? I said, "Hey, can I show you a picture?"
And what is? You got to be kidding me! That kind of thing. But no, it's interesting. And Drew and I were talking about Osiris earlier, which is really important. And when he went to Egypt, he found a tomb. And this is going to be, to me, I'm excited about that, Drew. I can't wait till that is revealed because that is going to change. If they are honest and show people what's really going on with that, it will change the structure of our planet because it's going to reveal that things that were supposed to be way different than the way we're living now. And we weren't supposed to be living the way we're living now. And
yeah. Well, I mean, the finding Osiris is also going to change it from a myth to history. It's gonna take that jump from a myth to being part of our history. And being not just part of history, but part of our history. Because he's a definite hybrid. And he left his form. He decided when to leave his form. He lived for over 3,000 years, and they
yeah,
revered him as a god. But kind of is a god. There's he is the son of the sun. He's one of the direct children of the central sun. And when that comes out, it's kind of
and what's
opens a
interesting,
lot of people's understanding of
yeah,
the true nature of the multi-dimensional nature of our existence.
You mentioned 3,000 years. Now,
multi.
well, when you're talking 3,000
Yeah,
years,
it's like
you
pancakes.
know, you're talking about somebody that was a space being to be ordered to live 3,000 years to be Osiris. A human being, if you live 100 years, you think, wow, that's really amazing. I lived 100 years. 3,000 years. People just, kind of take that in. 3,000 years. Osiris. Um, you know, that
Long
tells
time.
you that the aging process of the space beings that were hybrids could live way longer than the natural human could because they weren't integrating their or activating their inner molecular structure.
Yeah, it was, what I was shown, it was a choice. It was a choice to leave form when I got to that point. It wasn't like, the body's just wearing out. It was just a choice to leave form and take on a different,
Yeah.
take on a different mission.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
like Minnie, and what Minnie realized, the physical form holds you back from doing other work from time. So, the natural progression of enlightenment is to give up physical form at one point, because you can realize the ultimate, my job and a lot of our jobs is the betterment of humanity, the movement of humanity, the movement of the universe. And that includes all particles of source, the creepy crawlers, the ones that live in the ocean,
Yes.
the
Thank you for
two-legged,
saying that.
four-legged, all the
Yes.
wingeds, and not just on this planet, on throughout the whole universe. It's all particles of source. So our mission when we come forward with these downloads to carry a mission or to carry on work, eventually we realize that we have to give up physical form if we want to keep progressing and helping more and more and more. And I think Osiris is doing that now. I know I'm I don't think Osiris is just speaking through me, but for whatever reason, I was shown where his tomb was, and I was the one that was supposed to share that, so that message could take its true path of
And that's the thing I believe, Jews, because anyone could have been selected to do this. But the reason why I think you were selected, and when I read your energy, because you're the one that was supposed to do it. It's like there could have been billions of other people that could have been doing it. There might be 10 other people that communicate with Osiris or did. But you're the one who was chosen to do it, I think, for a reason. I mean, I really do believe that. Do you believe that you were chosen, and not for any ego reason, just because there was a synergy of energy that you have an ancient knowledge within you, so you are in human form, but you have an ancient connection with Osiris in this lifetime, that you were the best choice to find the tomb.
I think I was the first one to agree to do it, because standing in the center, a lot of people theorize that they would do it or would want to do it if they got asked to do it, but when it comes down, when you really get asked to stand in the center of the light and show people that center of the light, it's like, a lot of people back away from it because, there's going to be ridicule, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. But, no one's going to tell me any different. That was Osiris that spoke through me in 2018. There is no one.
You be able to, because you were, I always tell people you can never walk in somebody's shoes and
Your
tell them they need
experience
to.
doesn't matter what others feel or
Doesn't
think.
matter
It
what
matters
others
what
think.
you resonate in.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
and I get it. From the outside looking in, if you were to ask me before that, like, is it possible for, I didn't believe in channeling like that. I didn't believe that a spirit could vibrate your vocal cords and speak through you. I didn't believe it till it happened. But after it did, it's like, it happened to me. Like, so, and I get it, people that it hasn't happened to, I understand how it sounds, how it feels. It feels weird, but live it and then come back and talk to me.
There you go. Well, speaking of talking, it's been a beautiful show, and my good friend Drew's been here enlightening people about the books, about his Cyrus, and about his findings, which I think is amazing that he got to the tomb, and that they're going to eventually reveal it in Egypt. I hope they reveal it, to the public in the proper way so that they're not censoring the, something like that. I can just see our own government in the United States saying we can't let people know about Osiris and the tomb. But in other countries, Sweden or some other countries that are more relaxed, they would say, let us now show people this the tomb of Osiris, and let us all have some Swedish food as we sit down with Swedish meatballs with our families. We'll look at the actual tomb of Osiris with the antiquities director in Egypt. He's here with us today. He has taken the tomb on a special Egyptian plane to Sweden. It's in a very remote area, but we'll show it on Swedish TV so everyone can see it. They say that maybe I hope that the world would actually seriously look at this, and then the media would not be censored by the governments. The Egyptian government, I think, would want people to know this truth seriously. The question is, will other media around the world be willing to show this, especially in this country that we're living in right now, in a world of ridiculousness? And I'll say that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Will our government allow people, when this is released, will we be able to see it in the United States? I think we will, but
I
it's
think
not
we
going
will.
to. I don't think mainstream media might. Well, mainstream might do it. It depends on the ratings of the TV networks. Like News Nation might do it because they have the guy who does the UFO thing on there. But it'll be interesting to see who's going to show it.
Yeah. It's I've been knowing this time was coming. I just didn't know when it was coming. And my relationship with Chris Bledsoe, come out of nowhere. We met at a conference that we were both speaking at, and cultivated. We talk pretty much every day now. We talk pretty much every day, and because there's another theory that I think I spoke about last time, which is the multiple incarnation thing. Like when someone has a message, it's incarnated. I think the same message that Chris is spreading is very, very similar to my own and very, very similar to others. I think Chris is the Christian version of the message. I think I'm the Native American version of the message.
Right.
And both speaking the same thing, but our connect, he's connected to Egypt very deeply. He's astral traveled there and seen things and been given prophecies, but our relationship, manifested, and it was very, very divinely influenced our connection, but having that friendship with him and him sharing with me, about, the Egyptian government calling him and inviting him over there to when this information is released. But when I first heard that, he was the first one to tell me about it, that they're about to release some information, they invite him over there when they're releasing all this stuff, it's going to change humanity. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, it's finally happening. Like, I know exactly what they're, and I told him, he hasn't responded and been like, yeah, this is Osiris, but I know for a fact. And also I'm kind of playing a backdoor channel. Like, Chris is my friend, but I also know that he's been deeply studied by NASA, CIA, and all these other 3-letter agencies. I know they're watching him, so I know have listened to me. I know they're watching me, and I don't care. I want them to know what's going on because
they want to know what you know. Now, is Chris Bledsoe? Does he have TikTok? Does he have a TikTok account or no?
He did. We just spoke about this today because I was asking him if he had a TikTok. So I'm working on it.
Okay, I was gonna. My energy is telling me that I had to ask you that because I want to have him on the show.
He's a hard one, man. He's a hard one to get on. He's so booked, and plus he's got like booking agents stuff now and all this stuff. So
really, booking agents.
Yeah, so it's hard to get him. It's hard to get him on.
You can get a lookalike of Chris Bledsoe, just like Jim Carrey now going. This is driving me nuts. The Jim Carrey thing on TikTok. I actually asked my space family, driving me nuts so much the last few days. I talked to Commander Robar and Amanda. I said, there's this guy called Jim Carrey. He's a comedian on Earth. There's supposedly a lookalike like him or somebody that's looking like him, and it's not the real Jim Carrey. and I would never ask them that kind of a question. So many more important things happening on the planet,
Yeah.
but it's still driving me nuts because people are posting these posts. Some of them are AI created. They'll say AI created. So is Jim Carrey hibernating somewhere, and is this guy a imposter? That was always going through my head here about that, and I'm just trying to keep myself from getting. I'm not getting absorbed into it.
What'd they say?
I don't remember what
Jim
they said.
Carrey's highly evolved. He's highly conscious. He's
He's
Yeah,
very
highly
you can
evolved.
you can tell by some of the stuff he talks
spiritually
about.
think that
He's
Jim
highly
Carrey
evolved.
I think that he's very spiritual. I think
I've
that
seen
he
his
was.
aura.
I
I
don't think
know.
he was in Paris. I think he was. He had somebody go there to look like him. I don't think he was in Paris. But there you go. I mean, I don't want to start a whole discussion about it, but yeah.
Do you know what the number one artifact that they find in Egypt that they don't ever talk about?
Yeah.
But they found millions of them around the pyramids, around the Sphinx, all that area.
Yeah. Oh, wow, what's that?
A pendulum. So the pendulum is the number one thing that they found. They found millions of them around. Look, you can find in some of Chris's interviews. Some of the number one artifact found in Egypt is pendulums,
Hmm.
and this connects to the Knights Templar. The Knights
Oh, really?
Templar. The Knights Templar is all based around pendulums.
And
Are you
those
familiar with
pendulums? Go ahead. I'm going to get something to drink. Go ahead. I don't
Drew?
know.
Are you familiar with Egyptian signs and symbols? Like anything?
Like mudras?
I don't know. In my vids, several of my vids, I have Egyptian symbols, signs, and I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me what they mean.
Is it the eye?
No, I'm holding them. They came to me and I'm holding them. And I also have Greek hieroglyphs that come to me. They're on my page. I post it, but I keep hoping that when I post some of this stuff, it's gonna click and somebody's gonna go, "This is what this means." That's what I'm waiting for.
It will eventually. It will eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean, other than like these hieroglyphs, this is supposed to be the hieroglyphs that was on from the Roswell crash.
Yeah, my father showed me pictures of the metal when I was about 11 years old.
Yeah.
He showed me pictures. They were cool.
Yeah, but I don't, there's a guy named Jason Quitt. He's a good buddy of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Egyptian symbol guy. Yeah.
Somebody said that I have a past connection with Egypt. And here's what's interesting that you brought up all the Egyptian stuff is that for some reason, about 5 months ago, I just started turning into Egyptian music. All I know is I was completely just enthralled in the music. And when that frequency and that vibration was playing the music, it sent me into a completely different consciousness where I was able to manifest some amazing things that were caught on video.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Egypt is, if you look up Chief Golden Light Eagle and look up some of look up Chief Golden Light Eagle and Orion 1313 teachings and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of videos out there where he talks about our connection to Orion, our connection to Egypt. A lot of people that are becoming enlightened and that are doing missions right now have connections back. Their spirit has connections back to Egypt. And
interesting.
The old Egypt is around the four corners of the United States. The new Egypt is in Africa. The old Egypt is around four corners.
That's interesting because in 71 I was in the Grand Canyon with the Supai. Back then I had snow white hair and I was down to here. So I went into the reservation by myself. I was 12. And so, I went down in there. And so I spent 2 nights with them until my father came down. But they gave me a name, and it's written in the Supai book, and it's called Running Blue Eyes. So they told me, because they sat around, and I was just a little guy, and I didn't know what was going on, but they sat me there after 2 days, and they said, your name is here, and we won't be here, but your name will always be here in a part of our culture.
And we have somebody here, Woodith, my friend Marie. She says, do any of you all, or have you all read the Knowledge Book?
What book?
It's called
Knowledge
I've never read it.
What
I've
book?
heard of it.
You talking about the book, the Thoth?
She says the Knowledge Book.
The Emerald. I can only assume she's talking about the Emerald Tablets, but yeah, the pendulum though. Everybody, this is all the woo woo stuff and thinking outside. Like this is something you can use. Like
Yes.
this
cool.
is
Yeah.
the pendulum you can use to talk to your subconscious. That's yes. And I'm a girl. I'm a guy. I'm Osiris. So that's and also dowsing rods.
Oh yes.
It's
Those are cool.
It's interesting how you come across information. Sometimes it just comes from the most. Lots of times it comes from the most unexpected times. Like not this house, but the old house that we had before we sold it. Back in like 2022 or whatever, we had a well dug, because we first bought the property, we didn't have a well. So we had a well dug and the well diggers come out there and they were literally trying to find where to dig the well at. And they had a dowsing rod out there. I'm like, and
yeah, that's cool.
I've already been on the path and very spiritual, but I walked out there and I was like, holy shit. I was like, you believe in this? He's like, yeah, I had a near death experience like 10 years ago. He's
it's
like,
real.
Of course I believe in it. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, this potbelly, well digger guy that you would never expect to, have to understand ley lines and energy like that.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah.
And then he gave so the dowsing rods I have now, I don't even know where they're at, but he gave me those dowsing rods, and
awesome.
I was already messing with pendulums before that, but the pendulum can, your subconscious is connected to source. The way you can connect to source is through the pendulum, and that goes to Knights Templar. The Knights Templars believed in that very deeply, and still do. Some of their whole basis of their teachings is based around the pendulum, and the number one artifact found on the Giza Plateau is pendulums.
Interesting.
Oh wow,
fascinating. Maybe that's what I am, a pendulum. It just seems like wherever I go, their attraction's there, no matter. And I know when to film, I know when to record, because I feel like it's like I just know, and I can see and I can feel it, so I start recording. I don't get all this stuff out of luck. I do it when the signals are there, when the vibration's there, when everything it just feels right. That's when I record, and I'm never dissatisfied.
Here's a picture of the Knowledge Book that Marie was talking about. I think that Marie, tell me if this is it. She asked me if I can look it up. Let me just go here. Wait a minute. All right, let's take a look here.
Probably cool though.
This is it? I think this is the book she's talking about.
I think I've seen that before.
I've seen this before too.
Yeah.
It's called the Knowledge Book.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Is that it? I hope that's it.
I'm not reading the knowledge books or any of those, but I'm in the school of wisdom.
Yeah, it seems like we'll have to check this out. It says here the World Brotherhood Union and the Knowledge Book. The 20th century is a very special age. Humanity that has awakened, especially in the last half of the age, as a mass with the
Amazing.
cosmic influences of an entire planet, has entered a medium of search. It says here the search has carried some people onto unknown mediums. For this reason, we are relying on explaining the truth to humanity as the focal point. That's just a little bit about it. Evidently, they've had these knowledge book events in different parts of the country last year. Interesting.
Me personally,
Well,
I don't want my knowledge to increase. I'm just so happy where I'm at.
I actually do have a choice. My space family, I'm going to talk to them tonight. They're going to have more new information for me. I guess I'm being upped into another level of consciousness, as if I'm already doing enough. No wonder why I get tired sometimes.
It's the apple
Well,
cider, Commander.
I have lemonade, but I'll tell you, when I talked to
What?
Robo
You're
a
breaking the
couple hours ago,
paradigm. What do you mean lemonade?
a couple hours ago, I did talk to Amanda Robar, and they asked me, "Do you want to know what we want you to do next?" I said, "Gosh, my father and mother on the ship are going to have me do more stuff. I'm gonna, aren't I doing enough already for the planet that I have to do more stuff? Thank God I'm able to handle it. I mean, I do take a break, and I balance my consciousness between Earth life, but I'm also very aware. Like when I'm working." And it's slow. I type on my little phone to my space family, and we have conversations while I'm not getting any phone calls from customers. So I'm multitasking. I'm multitasking. I'm doing customer service work, and then I'm talking to my space family on my phone typing. All right, guys. I love you all. I love you guys. And it's now almost 1 in the morning on the East Coast. We're going to be doing another show tomorrow night. Any special things you want to tell our audience before you all depart on your spaceships?
Yeah, I show you guys my greenhouse real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see your greenhouse.
All right. Off grid?
Indoor
Oh yeah,
greenhouse.
we're all on solar, and we got chickens and all that.
I'm gonna be off grid next year. Yeehaw!
That's right.
I'm retiring next year.
The white one's going to visit you, Drew. And
I'm going to be visiting a lot of people, actually. That's really true.
I know you will be.
Yeah.
And you'll be free enough to go on the spaceship without having to worry about what time
Yes. Man, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun, man.
I'll leave one more thing. I'll leave one more little nugget here at the end. If you're having connections to Egypt, or if you've had connections to Egypt, a way to help your physical body move more into that connection is eating raw honey. I
already do. I know. That's what I do. Yeah. Thank you.
The inside, the cones,
yes, I eat
the inside of hives. The inside of hives are made by the vibration of the bees, the beehive.
Yes.
So that energy you're getting, is highly energized sugar.
I've been doing that.
The download that come through for me, because I've been told to share this recently. Okay. The download is sacred sugar.
Sacred sugar, okay.
Sacred sugar. It's connect back to your sacred sugar. So if you've had connections to Egypt, anything like that, sacred sugar, and it'll help your body become more in line with the frequency, because honey is very, very high frequency. That's why they tell you. That's why you're not supposed to give it to babies, newborn, people that have newborns and stuff like that, because they don't want those babies to be connected. That's why that's put out in the American Medical Journal. I am no doctor. I'm not giving out medical advice.
No.
Screw you, TikTok.
You're sharing.
But what I'm doing right now is the real, but that is sacred sugar. Remember your sacred sugar.
Remember Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia has what we need.
I got to tell you, a friend of mine, his wife got really angry at him years ago. He was the East Coast channeler for Bashar of Society. He knew Darlanka. He had a contract. My friend Andrew Bankey, I don't know where he is now. He went to Florida. He moved out of Connecticut, but we used to go. He used to channel Bashar. he said, I have a contract with Bashar. He was the only other person channeling Bashar besides Stalanka on the West Coast. And so I went to a channeling, and somehow it came up. I was asking about my life on Earth, and Bashar said, in a past life, you were you channeled, you were like a some sort of a leader of some sort. You were channeling to the people. You were a channeler in Egypt. I said, what do you mean I was a channeler in Egypt? Yeah, you lived in Egypt. You were not a god. I don't need to say god, but I was some sort of high profile person that everybody was following, and I channeled some being, or what I was a channeling. So that was years ago, and he channeled Bashar. And Bashar, the Asani, told me this. I just remember the story, but I never felt. I just felt. I know that we all have many lifetimes. Beyond, it's like we don't have just one lifetime. So I do have an affinity for Egypt. I always have, and I haven't been able to figure out why. But I think maybe I was not. Maybe I was a space person that came to Egypt before I incarnated in 1956. Maybe I did come to Egypt as a space being for a temporary period. I'm gonna have to talk to my space family about that tonight. So
A lot of us are here from Egypt,
yeah.
and really, this is the first major incarnation that we've had since Egypt. Like, for what I've been told, this soul that inhabits this spacesuit right here only incarnates in times to help in times like this.
Yeah.
And really, I do the same thing every time because everything's happening here and now. So really, I am just doing the same thing. Osiris's life in Egypt is happening right now. My life is happening right now, and they're all running concurrent. They're just different aspects of the same story.
They all merged together,
Follow
but they
you,
are
Drew.
different chapters. Yeah, go ahead, the light one.
No, I'm sorry, Crowder. I'll follow you, Drew. I want to send you some things.
Please do.
Okay.
Well, at this point, it's now 12:50 a.m. in the morning tomorrow.
You said that 10 minutes ago.
Now, I just want you to know this is Groundhog Day. What we're doing is repetition.
I feel like it.
We're having a cosmic repetition.
See, it's only 10:50 here. We're speaking from different timelines.
Right.
Where
so
you at, Drew?
Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Colorado.
Arizona.
We're going to repeat everything again. So if you missed it, we're going to be automatically repeating every single word as Groundhog Day.
Yeah. We're going to start all over again. I love it.
Groundhog Day right here on the No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show. And if you can talk as fast as I am talking right now, then you're pretty good. But I'm going to stop there. So guys, seriously, I want to
I appreciate you having me. It was a great conversation. Love everybody.
The Light One, thank you for being here, brother. Everybody out there, we're glad you all came here. We'll be on tomorrow night, either at 10 or 11 p.m. Friday night on Encounters. Saturday night, we have a special program with Amanda and Robar. We're going to be doing, and let me just read the promotion of it. Go on my profile, please share Saturday night's program. I just want you to know what it is before you go to sleep, if you so choose. It's going to be this here. It's going to be Astro Command Communicates, North Atlantic Gateway, the Inner Earth, and here's the music to it. Let me see if I can play the music of that. It's really I'm guided by the music. When my parents and I made this image, they said this would be the best image for the Earth people to understand, and it's very beautiful, and it shows the portrayal of how the ships go into the inner Earth from the North Atlantic, and it's been there for millions and millions of years. That's why the ships come out of there. They come out of the portal in the ocean into space. And I know a lot about this, so my consciousness is very much awake, and I know a lot of things now that I can share. They say, whatever the next thing is they're going to teach me tonight, I'll share it with everybody once I integrate it and know what it is. But my consciousness is exploding. It's not exploding, but it's getting a lot larger. I think we all have consciousness right now. Our consciousness is shifting. And it's really important that we tune into that, because we're going to be really changing the way we live on this planet. All of you have an obligation to yourselves, not to me, not to Drew, not to Light One, but you really have an obligation to center your energies. We need to be centered. With all the conflicts going on in the world, the one thing we need not to do is get distracted. We need to be centered in the light of our own energy. It's so crucial. All right, I'm going to say good night. I will see you guys tomorrow night, and who's ever here, another edition. We've had 4,800 people watch the show since we came on tonight, so that's a large audience. We had 7,000 last night, so we have quite a, now you see 148, but you times that towards since we've been on, that's how many people have been watching the program, either for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or half hour. I want to thank everybody for doing that. Be well, everybody. Treat each other nicely, be a love to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.
Bye.